All right, we're gonna do a little bit of a preview here. Army comes in today, number 4 in the country. They're 7-1. They have wins over Wisconsin, Clemson, Navy, UCLA. Their one lone loss was to number 3 Northwestern, so it's not that bad of a loss. Not that bad. Probably one of the best losses you can have. And for Notre Dame, if I could go over to them. For Notre Dame, they come in undefeated, ranked number 7 in the country. Their one big win was last week. They just were on game day against USC, where they won 27-20. Other than that, they've played many people. They've played Michigan State, where they won 16-10. Um, but it's kind of that weak schedule so far that has Notre Dame only at number 7, and they have Army, Virginia Tech, Florida State, and Clemson to finish out the year. Here in South Bend, number 4 versus number 7 today. A huge ACC matchup, and the coin toss is about to be underway. Army will get the chance to call. Army calls heads. Coin is flipped, and it will be heads. Army has won the coin toss, and they have deferred. So Notre Dame will get the ball to start this game. Kicker Troy Cole will tee the ball up for Army. And he will run up and boot it, and this game is underway. Here in South Bend, Troy Cole kicks it off to the 10-yard line. Brian Brown, he's there to receive it. He jukes past one defender, and he gets a solid 18-yard return. Notre Dame will set up shop here on their own 28 and 10. Daryl Carter. Carter will get the ball back to pass, looking for his main man Zhang, and it will be incomplete. So it will be 2nd and 10. Carter will hand the ball off. Brian Duell will go right up the middle, and he will only get 1 yard. It will be 3rd and 9. Notre Dame's 29. Daryl Carter back to pass. He's looking for a shot here. He chucks the ball deep. Looks like it's near the end zone, and it will be intercepted. Intercepted by Kendall Hill. Take the ball back. Will set up on their own 14. Huge bomb by Daryl Carter, intercepted by Hill. Only a minute into this game. 1st and 10 from Army's 14. Artemis Homer back to pass. He got the quick slant to Byron Gonzalez. Gonzalez able to make a defender miss. He keeps running up the middle, spin move on the safety, and he has green grass ahead of him. Byron Gonzalez, he will go in for the touchdown. 86 yards. Army strikes quick, 1-play touchdown. Troy Cole comes on for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. It'll be 7-0 Army very early in this game. Kick off, and it will be a touchback. His interception in the first drive. 1st and 10 from the Notre Dame 25. Carter back to pass. Carter, he's looking, he's dancing around back there. He feels a little bit of pressure. He's rolling out. He's got a man out route on the right side, but he doesn't see Don Lake intercepted again. Don Lake returns the pick. And Army will set up on Notre Dame's 44. Homer back to pass, quick pass to Andrew Harrison. There will be a flag on the play, however. It will be incomplete. Penalty will be illegal touching on Jack Wang. So it'll be 1st and 15. Artemis Homer will just keep the ball himself. He'll run for 4 yards. 2nd and 11. Homer back to pass. Looking towards the middle. Can't find Andrew Harrison. Just a little bit out of reach. Homer back to pass again. He completes the Trey Singletary for 6 yards. However, it will not be enough. It'll be 4th and 5 on the Notre Dame 39. And the punt team will take the field for Army. Josh Duncan will punt this ball for a touchback. So Notre Dame gets out of that second turnover with no points. They're lucky to only have given up a touchdown. We have 12:41 still left in the first, folks. It will be 1st and 10 on Notre Dame's 20. Carter back to pass, looking for Aaron Lee. Can't find him. Throw was at his feet. He was feeling the pressure. 2nd and 10. Notre Dame lines up. Carter back to pass. He's able to find Stuart Imade. Or Imade? I don't know. For 5 yards. Carter on 3rd and 5 will hand the ball off to Brian Duell. Duell will get outside, and he just reaches over the first down marker. He'll get 6 yards, and it'll be good for a Notre Dame first down. 1st and 10 now. But a flag on the play. Play is blown dead. False start on Brandon Brown, so they'll back him up 5. Carter back to pass. He's feeling the pressure, and incomplete. Just kind of had to throw it Brandon Brown's direction. Injured Army Black Knight down. It will be Matthew McPherson. The star D-line for Army is down, and he's clutching his back. So hope that it's not too serious. Carter, the next play. 2nd and 15 will hand the ball off to DeMarcus Huey. Huey will get nothing. He is just swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. But Notre Dame has an injured player now. That will be tight end Aaron Lee. Helped off the field. Hoping that one's not too serious. Daryl Carter 3rd and 15. He'll just hand the ball off to Brian Duell, and Duell will be able to. There's a nice hole, and he'll get up, but he will only get 7 yards. So the punt team will take the field for Notre Dame. Houston Wallace will punt it 57 yards. Brian Davis. Davis, he bobbles the catch. He'll bobbles the catch, but it's like he still maintains possession, and he's going to return this thing still. He spins one defender, and he's got the blocks, he's got the men, and he's up the sideline. He's got one man to beat, and that's the kicker, and the kicker will lay the boom on Brian Davis. But Davis will get 72 yards on the return, and they will set up shop at Notre Dame's 18. So a great special teams play by Army. Yes. He's looking for a man in the corner of the end zone. Byron Gonzalez, touchdown! Army, but hold on. Dirty laundry on the field. Holding on Frederick Bergstrom, and it's accepted. Will be 7-0 still, and it will be 1st and 20 on Notre Dame's 28. Homer will just hand the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz up the middle. He finds a nice little hole, and he's able to go for 10. 2nd and 10 now. They try and run the same exact play, but the defense reads it. Wirtz is swallowed up. He loses a yard there. Homer. He's back to pass. He's looking for his man Trey Singletary, but can't find him. Incomplete. Bring on the field goal team. Troy Cole. It's a 36-yard attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 10-0 with 8:27 left. Kickoff is going to be for a touchback. Now, 1st and 10 from Notre Dame's 25. Carter back to pass. He finds Duell out of the backfield. Duell will get 15 on the nice little Texas route. 1st and 10 now. Notre Dame's 40. Carter back to pass. A nice out route from Zhang, and Carter is able to find him. Carter is now in a groove. 15 yards on that play. They're on Army territory. Carter back to pass. He's looking, can't find anyone. Flushed out of the pocket. He chucks it to Zhang. Zhang able to come down with it near the sidelines. And it'll be a nice 19-yard gain. Now on Army's 26. Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. He will only get 2 yards. Carter hands the ball off on 2nd and 8 to Brian Duell. Duell will get 6 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 2. What will Notre Dame do? Army's 18. Carter drops back to pass. He finds his tight end Stuart Imade up the middle. He'll truck the Army defender and reach out, and the ball crosses the plane. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Rogers comes on for the extra point, and it is good. 10-7. Army still in the lead. Rogers picks the ball off for Notre Dame. It will be short. Brian Davis, he's able to make one man miss. Get to the outside, use that speed, and he returns a kickoff 25 yards to Army's 35. So Army, Artemis Homer will hand the ball off to Trey Singletary. Singletary will try and go between the tackles, but will only get 3. 2nd and 7. Homer runs an option play, runs to the outside, pitches to Singletary. Singletary cuts it up, and he has a nice 11-yard gain. 1st and 10 now. Homer back to pass. He finds no one. He's going to step up in the pocket. He decides he's just going to keep it and run it, and Homer will only get 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Homer back to pass. And flag on the play, but they'll let play continue, and he completes a pass to Brian Davis. 6 yards. The penalty will be offsides on Wesley McGee, which will be declined. 3rd and 2. Army. They're gonna try and do what Army does best. And Homer's just gonna hand the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz will run right up the middle, but he won't get it. 4th and 1 from the Notre Dame 42. Is XL in here? XL is not in here. I was gonna ask what they're gonna do, but Coach XL will just keep the offense on the field. Looks like they're in jumbo package. Homer hands the ball off to Singletary. Singletary runs up the middle, and he'll get the 1st down and a little more. It'll be an official gain of 3 yards. It'll be Army 1st and 10, but before the play even starts, we have flags flying everywhere. We can go ahead and get a replay of that. Defensive lineman, after the last play, blown dead, and he just grabs an unsuspecting Army O lineman and grabs him by the shoulder pads, chucks him to the ground. And obviously, he's saying things that we cannot air on game day. The flag will be unsportsmanlike conduct on Taylor Gray, and it will be a 15-yard penalty. So Army will be now at Notre Dame's 24. Homer hands the ball off to Wirtz. Wirtz tries to run this ball outside, but he just gets stretched and stretched and stretched by this defense. And he will only gain a yard. 2nd and 9, Homer back to pass. He's looking. He's trying to scan the field. He thinks he sees a man in Lamar Grimes in the end zone, and this ball will be thrown and it will be sailed out of the end zone. 103 left in the 1st quarter. It will be 10-7 Army. 3rd and 9. Artemis Homer will just keep it for himself, and he will be met at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 4th and 9 Army, and the field goal team will just come out for the Black Knights. Roy Cole, it's a 40-yard kick. Kick is up, and it's right down the middle. It'll be 13-7. Troy Cole kicks the ball off. It'll be a little short to the 3-yard line, and Brown will have a nice return. They'll set up shop at their own 28. Daryl Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown able to go between the tackles and he trucks a linebacker, and they fall forward. Will be 7 yards, and that will be the end of the first quarter. It'll be 13-7 Army. It'll be 2nd and 3 when we come back. Harold Carter hands the ball off to Brian Duell. Duell will get 9 yards. Nice little counter play. 1st and 10. Carter back to pass. He's got Bradford up the middle. Bradford with a nice catch, a nice little run. It'll be 13 yards. They're now in Army territory. 1st and 10. Carter hands the ball off to Brian Duell. Duell gets 7 yards again. 2nd and 3, I should say. Sorry. Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown will try and go up the middle, power his way through, but he'll only get 1 yard. And in all the dogpiling, injured Notre Dame player. It will be O-lineman Michael Rose. Rose is holding his knee. Hopefully that isn't too bad of an injury, but Rose will not come back for the game. 3rd and 2. Carter gets the snap. He turns around. He just tosses it to DeMarcus Huey. Huey is able to get 5 yards and the first down. 1st and 10. Army's 30. Carter back to pass. Zhang's running a comeback route, and Carter's able to hit him. Zhang is able to turn it up and get 19 yards. So it'll be another 1st and 10. I think O-lineman Malik Jackson might be in the game now? Question mark? I don't know. I think so. Carter on 1st and 10 hands the ball off to DeMarcus Huey. And Malik Jackson is just blown up on the first play. And Huey will get swallowed in the backfield. And he'll lose 3 yards. And a flag flies on the play. It will be holding on Michael Anderson. So they're just going to lose 10 yards anyway. It'll be 1st and 20. Back to pass. He's looking for Zhang. Zhang's towards the end zone, and it will be incomplete, in and out of Zhang's hands. Could have had a touchdown there. Carter on 2nd and 20, back to pass, and he finds still don't know how to say his name. For 14 yards up the middle. 3rd and 6. Carter back to pass. He's looking. He finds on a nice little in route. Touchdown, Notre Dame. The Irish have responded. Rogers coming out for an extra point, and he makes it. It will be a 14-13 Notre Dame lead now. Rogers will kick the ball off to the end zone, and Brian Davis will return the kick and will only get 21 yards. So they will set up on their own 16-yard line. Homer back to pass. Quick pass to Junior Roper. Incomplete. All look to be a little low there. 2nd and 10. Homer hands the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz will run for 7 yards. So nice gain there. 3rd and 3. Homer drops back to pass. And he's hit from his blind side, and they fumbled the ball. There is a scramble for the ball right now, but it will be offensive lineman Karl-Heinz Schneider for Army to recover the football. Okay, I misspoke here. Um, Homer actually didn't get, like, hit from his blind side. He ran forward. He stepped up in the pocket, and technically, he got hit from his blind side. As he threw, well, not okay. I'm beyond saving this. The ball went forward, right? And the O lineman picked it up forward. I mean, maybe but fumble. Yeah, sure. We'll just go with that. So it'll be 1st and 10 from Army's 31. That's all that matters. Um, Homer will hand the ball off to Tommy Wirtz, and Wirtz will run up the middle for 4 yards. 2nd and 6, Homer back to pass. He finds Trey Singletary. Singletary will try to stretch for the first down, but he doesn't quite have it. It will be 3rd and 1 for Army. Homer back to pass. He looks immediately at Andrew Harrison and incomplete. Ball was too high. So it will be 4th and 1 on Army's 40. Again, XL is not here. So oh, I was going to ask him what to do, but Coach XL again will have Army stay on the field. 4th and 1. Homer back to pass. This looks exactly like the last play. And the defense reads it, and it's batted away from Andrew Harrison. Incomplete turnover on downs. Notre Dame gets it in Army territory. Carter will be back to pass. He will find Trey Brown for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Carter hands the ball off to Duel. Duel is able to run outside for 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. Carter back to pass. There's Stewart. I made down the middle again for 13. It's going attacking the seam. 1st and 10 now in the red zone for the Irish. Carter back to pass. Nice little quick slant to Zhang. Zhang will get 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1 from Army's 9. Carter back to pass. He'll be flushed out. It looks like a boot play. And he'll find LeBradford Moore. Moore is able to get his feet down and touchdown Irish. 9-yard touchdown pass. And the extra point is up and good. It'll be 21-13 Notre Dame. So just a complete flip from what we had at the start of the game. The crowd is back into it. It's 21-13. Yeah. Kickoff will be to the 5-yard line and will only be returned for 13 yards. Homer back to pass. It will be a screenplay to Gonzalez. Gonzalez able to make a man miss. He's got the blockers. And, and he'll go for a nice 20 yards. 1st and 10 now from their own 38. Pass incomplete to Tommy Wirtz. Now 2nd and 10. Homer will hand the ball off to Wirtz. Wirtz able to rush for 3 yards, but he is hit hard. And the ball is free. Tommy Wirtz has fumbled the football. The ball is free. Wirtz, it's a scramble for the ball, but Byron Gonzalez is able to pick the ball back up for Army, avoiding another disaster there. However, on 3rd and 6, Homer back to pass. He'll be incomplete to Tommy Wirtz again. And 4th and 6, the punt team will come. A nice 48-yard punt for Josh Duncan. Aaron Brown will return this ball 11 yards. So with 3:40 left, Notre Dame has the ball 1st and 10 on their own 21. Carter back to pass. Will be a nice down the sideline. He sees Trey Brown. Looks like he has on his man. And it will be complete to Trey Brown. And Brown will get 24 yards for Notre Dame. A little bit of an underthrow by Carter. But hold on. There's a flag on the play. It will be an illegal use of hands on Preston Williams, the O lineman for Notre Dame, and it is accepted. It will now be 1st and 20 from Notre Dame's 11. Carter will hand the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown is swallowed up. He'll lose 2 yards. 2nd and 22, Carter back to pass. He'll find LaBradford Moore. A nice in route, and he'll get 11. So 3rd and 11. Carter back to pass. And he'll complete it to Zhang, but Zhang won't have nearly enough. It'll only be for 3. So 4th and 8. Team take the field, and Houston Wallace punts the ball 49 yards away. Ryan Davis turns the ball 12 yards. There's a flag on the field. Holding on Brian Duell, it'll be declined. So 1st and 10, Army on their own 40. A nice field position. And before the plays even snapped, crowd noise here in South Bend is just deafening. It'll be a false start on Frederick Bergstrom. 15. Back to pass. Doesn't matter. He finds Lamar Grimes. A nice play. Grimes is able to break a tackle, and he will get 16 yards. He'll be brought down on Notre Dame's 49. The 2-minute warning now for Army. Homer back to pass. Looking, can't find Byron Gonzalez. Pass was at his feet. Homer back to pass. He's feeling that pressure. Homer will be flushed out. And a nice throw to Byron Gonzalez. Short pass. Gonzalez finds a little bit of a lane, and he's running forward. He gets 16 yards. But oh my goodness, there will be a flag on the play. It will be a face mask by Daryl Labadie will be accepted. So now Army has it at Notre Dame's 18. Homer back to pass. Grimes down the sideline. He tries to find him, throws it up. Grimes with a spectacular diving catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Army. Makes it 21-19. But Army will stay out for the 2-pointer. Homer will hand the ball off to Wirtz. Wirtz will cut just outside the tackle, and he's in for 2. We are all tied at 21 here. The minute 42 left. Bulls kickoff is a little bit short. Brown will return it to the 23. Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. He gets 2. Carter drops back to pass. Incomplete to Houston Wallace. 3rd and 8. Carter back to pass. He finds Zhang. Zhang, oh my, just stiff arms a defender. He shoves him off, and he has green grass ahead of him. And the opposite safety able to come over. Zhang will get 28 yards, and they'll be in Army territory with 121 left. Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown gets 6 yards. It'll be timeout Notre Dame. 2nd and 4, 119 left. Carter hands the ball off to Brian Duell, and Duell will get nothing. Okay, 3rd and 4, 116 left. What do you do here? Right, you pass. You generally want to pass because there's a minute 16 left. You think that they would pass. But Coach Not Yet says, I don't believe in passing. And they hand the ball off to Brian Duell again, and he only gets 1 yard. And the punt team will take the field, and it'll be a touchback. Holding will be on Chaz Ortiz. That's declined, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is not good for Notre Dame at all. Oh no. Dontrell Orr is down on the field. Looks like he is clutching around his calf area. And he has to be helped up and helped off the field. That's not good at all. Not good at all. It'll be 1st and 10 for Army on their own 20. Minute and 3 left. Homer. Quick pass to Junior Roper. Roper will get 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Homer back to pass. Incomplete. Can't complete it to Andrew Harrison. 3rd and 2. Homer back to pass. He's feeling the pressure. And Artemis Homer cannot complete the pass. And another Notre Dame player is down. Daryl Labadie is injured. I won't have to say his name anymore. So it'll be 4th and 2. Army will punt it away. Josh Duncan punts it only 40 yards, and Brian Brown will have a nice return. 19 yards on the return, but it is a penalty on Notre Dame for an illegal block in the back on Lou Hill. So Notre Dame will be at their own 27 with 43 seconds left. Daryl Carter hands the ball off to Brian Duell for 10. Timeout, Notre Dame. Carter back to pass. Quick pass to Zhang. Zhang is at the sideline and pushed out at Army's 43. It'll be 20 yards. They're in Army's territory. Daryl Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. 5 yards. Timeout offense. 30 seconds left. 2nd and 5. Army 38. Carter back to pass. He's looking for LeBradford Moore, and he can't quite grab it in and out of his hands. 3rd and 5. Daryl Carter back to pass. Incomplete to Zhang. 4th and 5. Punt team takes the field, and it is a punt for a touchback. Many of you are saying, when is this half going to end? We only have 16 seconds left, so soon. Homer back to pass. Cannot find Brian Gonzalez. 12 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Homer back to pass. Finds Tommy Wirtz out of the backfield for 11. Timeout offense. Notre Dame, another injury. This time it'll be Wesley McGee. So with 8 seconds left, first and 10. Homer back to pass, another incomplete pass to Andrew Harrison. 5 seconds left, Homer back to pass. He'll dump it down to Brian Davis. Davis will be met and only gains 3 yards. But let's guess. Actually, I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to tell you. Another Notre Dame player got injured. This time it's Donovan Burton. It would be really funny if it was safety too. But that's the end of the first half, and it'll be 21 all. It's been a very interesting game so far. Um, Lots of injuries. Army came out hot, but Notre Dame has responded. And today's sponsor for this game day is Cactus Candy. Let's read the description here on Cactus Candy. Cactus Candy. It's made with delicious prickly pear cactus. And it's pretty good. It's from Arizona. Let's start the second half. Enough yapping. Notre Dame will kick this ball off. And Brian Davis, will return it to Army's own 29. Artemis Homer hands the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz runs for 11 yards. Nice gain there. First and 10, Army's 40. They'll try it again. Hand the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz only runs for 8 yards this time. And do I even have to say it? Another Notre Dame injury. This time it is linebacker Malik White. Hopefully he's okay. He's just holding his hand. All right, so second and 2. Homer back to pass. He's looking for the deep ball to Andrew Harrison. Ball is up in the air, and it is too far out in front of Harrison. Will be incomplete. Second and 2, or third and 2, sorry. Third and 2, Homer back to pass. Nice screen. Tommy Wirtz will get it, and he will run up for a nice 11-yard gain. Homer back to pass. Nice little quick pass to Junior Roper. Roper will spin out of a linebacker's grasp, and he'll be racing up the sideline. Junior Roper finally taken down at Notre Dame's 18. First and 10, Homer tosses the ball to Trey Singletary. Singletary able to get outside, and Singletary will run for 6 yards. Homer back to pass. He's looking around, can't find anyone. He's flushed out to the left. Still not really anybody. He's directing traffic. And he's able to find Lamar Grimes. Grimes will step out of bounds at Notre Dame's 3. First and goal. Army in jumbo package. Homer hands the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz is just shy of the end zone. He runs for 2 yards. They're on the Notre Dame 1. Homer hands the ball off to Tommy Wirtz again, and this time Wirtz scores. Touchdown, Army. But There is an injury on the play. An injury for Army. Andrew Harrison, his knee. So no, Notre Dame did not get another injury. Troy Cole comes on for the extra point, and it is up and good. We'll also kick off, and a nice return by Brian Brown will have the Irish set up on their own 32. Carter, back to pass. He's looking. He finds Zhang, and Zhang will catch it. Will be a 10-yard catch, but hold on. It was right on the sideline. Refs are going to take another look at this. Looking back at the replay right now. Yep. Yeah. Looks like Zhang's big toe was out of bounds. So they will call it back. They'll call it incomplete. It will be 2nd and 10. So I made not able to catch it. Notre Dame 3rd and 10. Carter back to pass. He's chucking it kind of deep towards the sideline. He's got Zhang on a nice flag route. Zhang able to haul it in inbounds this time for a nice 25-yard gain. So now Daryl Carter dropping back to pass. He's in Army territory, 1st and 10. And he finds I made with a nice little drag route, and he'll turn it up and get 8 yards. 2nd and 2, Carter back to pass. Incomplete. LeBradford Moore. 3rd and 2, Carter back to pass. They tried the same exact thing. And Bradford Moore will get 5 yards this time. It was a perfectly placed ball. Carter back to pass. He finds Zhang on a slant route for 11 yards. And there are 2 flags on the play. There will be 1 on Army and 1 on Notre Dame. So they're offsetting penalties. The previous down will just be replayed. It will be 1st and 10 at Army's 30 again. Carter back to pass. He's looking. He's looking around. He can't find anyone. He steps up and delivers a short pass to I made 6 yards. Screen, but Army read it perfectly and blew up LeBradford Moore behind the line. They will lose 4 yards. It will be timeout for Notre Dame. Carter hands it off to Brian Duell, and Duell will only get 2 yards, so it will be 4th and set Army's 26. Yep, what do we do? And Not Yep is going to go with the smart route, and he's going to take the points. So Toriano Rogers will come on. It'll be a 43-yard attempt. And the ball will be kicked up and through the uprights. It'll be 28-24 Army, with 7:13 left in the 3rd. Kickoff into the end zone. Brian Davis will return the kick 24 yards, but there is a penalty as Ernest Bailey for Notre Dame decided to just keep blocking his man out of bounds. Just push him straight up to the stadium walls. I Don't know what Coach Not Yep is teaching these guys over there, but you know what? Oh, yeah. So Army will set up shop at their own 38. Homer hands the ball off to Singletary. Singletary, a nice burst of speed up the middle, and he'll get 12. Homer, now they're on the 50-yard line. Homer will hand the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz will get 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Homer back to pass. He finds nobody. Nobody's open. It's perfect coverage by Notre Dame. He steps up in the pocket. He looks like he's trying to take off and run, but David Dietrich will come from behind, and it'll be a 2-yard sack. 3rd and 6. Homer hands the ball off. A nice stretch play with Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz able to get to the outside edge and a little bit more. He will get 12 yards. 1st and 10, Notre Dame's 34. Homer hands the ball off to Wirtz again. Wirtz will get 9 yards. 2nd and 1, Homer will hand the ball off now to Brian Davis. A nice little counter. Davis able to rush up through the hole for 11 points. 1st and 10, now on the Notre Dame 14. Homer back to pass. Looking for Tommy Wirtz out of the backfield. Incomplete. He felt the pressure. 2nd and 10. Will be a QB keeper. Homer will try and run it outside the tackle, and he'll get good yardage, but just not enough for that touchdown. It'll be a 10-yard gain. 1st and goal on Notre Dame's 4. Homer hands the ball off up the middle to Singletary. Singletary not quite able to get a touchdown, but he'll get 3 yards. 2nd and goal on Notre Dame's 1. Try and do the same thing with Tommy Wirtz, and Wirtz is able to get nothing. So they'll bring back in Trey Singletary on 3rd and goal. Homer hands the ball off to Singletary up the middle. Touchdown, Black Knights. It'll be 34-24. Singletary, a nice run. So Troy Cole, after the touchdown, will come on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is shanked. Troy Cole has missed the extra point, leaving this game at 34-24. Will kick it short to the 7-yard line, and Brown will return it for 20 yards. And we will set up in the 4th quarter now. So, Daryl Carter. Ball is snapped, and the ball is at his feet. Bad snap. Carter goes to pick it up, but he gets hit. Ball is live on the ground. And it will be a turnover. This deep in Notre Dame territory. Jake Bright recovers the football. 1st and 10, Army on Notre Dame's 15. Homer will hand the ball off to Tommy Wirtz. Wirtz gets blown up, and he will lose a yard. Homer back to pass, looking for Junior Roper. Roper, ball is at his feet, and Demetrius Harris for Notre Dame is down and injured. So things are looking very dire for Notre Dame right now. It's the 4th. It's the 4th quarter. Homer on 3rd and 11 will hand the ball off to Tommy Wirtz up the middle, and Wirtz will get 7. And 4 from Notre Dame's 9. Troy Cole will come on for the 26-yard field goal. Cole's in his head. I mean, can he shake those demons off? Potentially put this at a 2-touchdown game. It is up, and it is shanked again. Troy Cole has missed a 26-yard field goal. And Notre Dame has the ball back. So they get bailed out by Army. Carter hands the ball off to Duel. Duel will run for 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Daryl Carter back to pass. Flags fly right after the play starts. And Carter will throw it down the middle to LeBradford Moore, 13 yards. And it will be offsides on Craig Rhodes. And the penalty will be declined, so it will be 1st and 10 at Notre Dame's 36. Carter hands the ball off to Duel again. Duel isn't able to get much. He's met to maybe gets a yard if he's lucky. Carter back to pass, and he'll find LeBradford Moore on the quick slant. Moore will reach out for the first down. 1st and 10 on Notre Dame's 46. Carter back to pass. Up the seam again. He finds him 18 yards. 1st and 10. Irish. The Irish are moving. 36. Carter back to pass again. He can't find Brandon Brown. It's too high of a pass. 2nd and 10. Carter back to pass. And he put it out front of LeBradford Moore. Incomplete. So Carter's a little rattled. 3rd and 10. He'll drop back to pass. Looks to find Zhang, but Hill dumps it. Kendall Hill will dump the ball, and it's picked off. It will be 1st and 10 for Army at their own 29. Hands, or not Carter, excuse me. Homer will hand the ball off to 8. Words for 8 yards. Geez. 2nd and 2. Homer, incomplete pass. 3rd and 2. Homer, incomplete pass. Punt team. And Josh Duncan will punt it away. And it'll be at Notre Dame's 15. We have 8:45 left. Folks, this game is not over. Carter on 1st and 10. Nice little drag to Stewart I made 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Carter hands the ball off to Brian Duel. Duel in between the tackles. It's 7. 1st and 10. Sorry. Trying to swallow. Carter back to pass. Incomplete to Trey Brown. 2nd and 10. Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown will get 2. 3rd and 8. Notre Dame. You want to try and pass here, Notre Dame. Pass the ball. Ball is snapped. Daryl Carter immediately turns and hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown will go outside the tackle, and he will power through. His legs just keep moving. And he gets the first down. So, running actually worked there. 1st and 10, just under 7 minutes now. Carter back to pass, completes it to Zhang. Zhang, he stiff arms a defender, and he will go up, and he'll be tackled at Army's 43. Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown only gets 2. 2nd and 8. Carter back to pass. Completed to Brandon Brown for 6 yards. Finds Brown out of the backfield. 2nd and 2. Carter back to pass, incomplete to Zhang. So it is 4th and 2 on Army's 35. Not yet. What do we do? Field goal. So the game says what you meant punt. So the punt team takes the field, and Houston Wallace will punt for a touchback. 5:08 left in the game. It was the Army's 35. I don't know. It was like 50 something. Yeah. I think it's like a 50. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to guess. Um, so 1st and 10 from Army's 20. Homer hands the ball off to Wirtz. Wirtz will get 7. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. 4th and 3. Punt team. Ball is punted to Brian Brown. It'll be a 47-yard punt. Brown will return for 12 yards. Uh, a penalty on Brian Jacobs. So Notre Dame, 1st and 10 on their own 23. Folks, we have seen weirder. Currently 3:59 left, so just under 4 minutes. And 2 offsetting plays will be on the first play, so they'll just replay it. It didn't give me the result of the play. I really like that. Back to pass, incomplete to Houston Wallace. 2nd and 10. Carter back to pass, incomplete to Zhang, but the defender, Josh Garrett, all over him. All over him. It will be pass interference. It will be 1st and 10 on Notre Dame's 28. Carter hands the ball off to Brandon Brown. Brown gets 3. 3 minutes left in the game. 2nd and 7. Carter back to pass. Incomplete to Zhang, but a penalty. And it is clipping on Zhang. Clipping is called, and it will be a 15-yard penalty. 2nd and 22. Carter back to pass. He's able to find Houston Wallace. Wallace is able to run for 14 yards. Looks like he could have. He'll run the same exact play, and he will throw it to Houston Wallace again. This time, Houston Wallace, let's see. I think he's the punter. I'm going to be real here. He is the punter, and I have genuinely no idea. I think, yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's taught in. Anyways, he stiff arms a man, and he is running down the sideline. Houston Wallace, he has one man to beat, and Army has their backside safety come and tackle him at Army's 15-yard line. 2:12 left in the game. Carter back to pass, and he'll find LeBradford Moore on a quick out route for 8 yards. Penalty flags fly. It'll be illegal use of hands on Christian Davis. 2nd and 2 from Army 7. Carter back to pass. Can't find Brandon Brown in the end zone. Carter on 3rd and 2. Back to pass. Can't find Huey out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-minute warning and 4th and 2 on Army 7. Coach, not yet. What do we do? He's typing. He says, give it to the punter. Carter, back to pass. LaBradford Moore on an in route. Complete. He'll get the first down, and he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. But don't get your hopes up because there is just a minute 57 remaining. Rodgers makes the extra point, and folks, Notre Dame will line up for the onside kick. Oh, buddy, my heart is racing. You can feel the electricity in the stadium. Rodgers, it's a perfect onside kick. And it will go right in between two Army players. Will be recovered by Notre Dame. Notre Dame has the ball. Notre Dame has the ball. Notre Dame will be set up on Army's 42. It is never over until the clock hits triple zeros. Carter hands the ball off to Zhang. Zhang will only get 1 yard. Minute 44, 2nd and 9. Carter, back to pass. Completes an out route to LaBradford Moore, and time is able to stop. He gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 from Army 31. Carter, back to pass. He's looking, and he is sacked by Reggie Harvey. It'll be 2nd and 13 from Army's 34. Minute 25 left. Carter, back to pass. Hits Zhang on a quick pass. Zhang gets hit hard, and the ball is free! The ball is free! The ball is on the ground! But luckily, Notre Dame's David Hall recovers the fumble. Downfield, timeout offense. It was 2nd and 13. You'll never guess where this football ended up. It is at Army's 15. We are at Army's 15, 1st and 10, minute 18. I don't know how he receives it for 9 yards. I don't know the math there. Daryl Carter, back to pass. He finds no one. Oh, my goodness. He drops deeper. And Reggie Harvey gets to him again for an 11-yard loss. Timeout Notre Dame on Army's 26. Carter, back to pass. He'll find Aaron Pugh for 1 yard. 59 seconds left, 3rd and 20. Carter Carter drops back to pass, sorry. Yeah, it's 3rd and 20 after he got sacked. He tries to find a small pass, quick pass to Brandon Brown, and it's at his feet. And Brandon Brown was hit, and he's injured. 4th and 20 on Army's 25, 54 seconds left. Oriano Rodgers comes out. He's got the home stadium behind him. This potentially send it to overtime. Rodgers lines up for the kick. He looks 42-yard. Ball is snapped. Kick is up. Oh, good! It's to the right! No good, Notre Dame! Army's gonna win the football game! Army's gonna win the football game! Artemis Homer kneels it out, and that's ball game. 34-31 Army in a game day classic. One you have to see to believe. What what a game. What a game. I'm gonna go ahead and share screen now. This is believable. Here you have it. I mean, 34-31. See down here. I mean, Army did not trust their their kicker early in, or not Army, Notre Dame earlier, and maybe for good reason because he missed a 42-yard field goal. This game was a classic. Daryl Carter, 4 touchdowns and 3 picks. Holy moly. Had game. 56 pass attempts. 56 pass attempts is absolutely nuts. All right. Let's get this week 9 going here. Fun game to call. Let's see. All right, let's go through all the game day, shall we?